Good evening, SFL minor league fans. We are in San Diego for the last game of the evening. The Philadelphia Cougars come in to face the San Diego Aces. Both teams are 3-4. Looks like the weather is perfect. When is it not perfect in San Diego? My name's Charles Doherty. I'm going to play-by-play tonight, and my partner as an analyst is John Campbell. John, how are you doing tonight?
Charles, I'm doing well. Thank you so much for joining me here in the booth tonight. I'm looking forward to this one as Philadelphia looks to take the second game against San Diego, this time at home for the Aces, who are still undefeated here at what they call the house. As they say, the house always wins. What I'm looking forward to here is both teams trying to right the ship as we approach the playoffs. Philadelphia coming off of a couple of rough games, trying to make it 2 in a row against the San Diego Aces team, and the Aces looking to keep a perfect record for their home stadium.
Both of these teams look evenly matched, John, and I think we're going to have a tight one tonight. And to your point, I think obviously San Diego has an advantage. They've been playing great at home. Let's see what happens on the field. Here we are for the kickoff. San Diego is receiving the kick. It's the 10-yard line. Decent run up a little bit past the 30-yard line. That's Jacobs with the return. What are you looking for on offense, James?
Well, so here for the Aces offense, look for a good balance. They've got a nice 1-2 punch out of the backfield with Calum Rex and Joe Duncan as the fullback, but they've also got a trio of strong receivers with Jacobs, Money, and Fritchley. They're going to try to get the ball around up and down and make this Philadelphia defense guessing.
Dakota West lines up behind center in an I spread formation on first down. One of the best quarterbacks, if not the best quarterback in the league. Let's see what he does. He's the fullback in motion, and it looks like a run to the outside. And Rex with a decent run, 5 yards on first down.
Rex showing off that strength with the initial contact, get the arms out, and they got to wait for the strong safety to come down, C. Jr. to come and finish that tackle for them.
Another run off tackle, it looks like. I think it looks like Powers on that one. 3rd and 1.
That's right. Richard Powers, the third running back out of that backfield, the dev player from Oklahoma City coming down with a strong run on second.
What they do on 3rd and 1, another run up the middle. Powerful run by Calum Rex, gets the first, wow, look at that mark. I don't know about that one, James.
Oh, they're saying the Mike linebacker, Nick Fargo. Oh, but there's the challenge from Coach Donde Está la Carne. They say that the tackle was made by the inside linebacker shy of that first down marker. Let's see what the review says.
Yeah, it looks like he got, before we see the review here, it looks like his entire body crossed that line, but let's give it a look here.
Oh, yeah, certainly the hips and ball fall forward of that line if I'm watching the review. I certainly think it's enough to overturn it.
Definitely. Fargo was there waiting, but it looked like a little extra power got them that first down. Let's see what the refs think. Wow.
The Zebras disagree with us up here in the booth.
It's like a little controversy here early in the first quarter. They held the Philadelphia defense held, and it looks like San Diego's going to have to punt this one.
Certainly don't expect to see that. That's the opposite of a home team call there for the San Diego Aces. They're going to have to bounce back here and not let it get into their heads as they punt it away.
And out comes Mike Skamizniak, 6'3", 222. A solid player, getting better each week like all of these players in the minor league. He's got some targets on offense, James. John.
That's right. Victor Rojas and Lada McBrownski are two of the hottest receivers in the league right now. So Skamizniak's got a lot of options when he's looking downfield in these aerial assaults.
The quarterback is running and slides just short of the first down. Very smart, veteran move there by Skmizniak.
Great read of the field. There's some excellent downfield coverage by this Aces defense, and so Skmizniak wisely reads the middle of it and runs for 9.
One ace here on 2nd and 1. Right end in motion to the bottom of the screen. Show and run, but let's see what they do. Yep, it is a run just barely off tackle, and they got a first down. Nice run by Jesse Fretz.
The Fretz Prince, as they say, had an excellent run there. Eventually brought down by the free safety Eaton Moss, making a great tackle out of the defensive backfield to only give up a few yards there on what could have been a much bigger run by the Philadelphia running back.
Another single ace formation, sending the wide receiver from the top of the screen to the bottom. Too heavy at the bottom. What happens? Short drop back. Passes, nice drag route there by number 18, McBrownski. First down. And it looks like we got an injured player, number 43, Yolia.
Ooh, that's the Dev outside linebacker, Quadson Yolia, the Dev player down from Mexico City. He's been absolutely great for San Diego in both coverage and pressure. So let's see how they recover from that loss in the middle of their field.
Yep, next man up, James. Excuse me, John, my gosh. It's late in the day. Run off tackle. Very decent run there by Fretz. Fretz so far in those 2 carries is really showing something.
That was a great read by the Philadelphia running back Fretz. The Aces defense is showing pressure there, and Fretz is able to read that B gap between the guard and the tackle to push forward for the first down.
A lot of single back formations here early in this first quarter, and a lot of motion as well, which is smart. Trying to figure out what the defense is showing. That's a sign of Skmizniak being a veteran quarterback. Another run up the middle, and another good run at number 30. That looks like that's 33.
That's SW4, Smithers Witherson the fourth. He is a new season 11 rookie. Absolutely spectacular player here. Witherson the fourth just spins off a little swerve move that first tackle for a huge gain on the play.
Going single back again, 3 down linemen for San Diego. They got to figure out some way to disrupt this offense, and that's going to do it. The blitz by number 94, Chuck Wiley.
That is just a mix of pressure there where they're sending the tackle to the outside, and we see Wiley cut inside there to try and confuse the offensive tackle and guard for a nice 4-yard drop on that sack.
Yep, loss of 4, 2nd and 14, showing a lot of single, like we said, single back there. Another short drop, little pressure in the middle, able to get it down, and a nice completion to Victor Rojas.
Victor Rojas is that dangerous wide receiver on the outside, and the corner, Ness Genkel, just got a little too far in front, giving too much space, and Rojas able to come back for a beautiful grab here.
It wasn't much of an exotic route. Looks like he just ran straight for the end zone and was wide open. 1st and 10. The clock's down to 16 seconds. Motion again. And just goes to the top of the screen. Run off tackle, but brought down in the backfield by Brian Russell, the strong safety.
You talk about next man up. I think Russell is playing down there in that outside coverage linebacker position vacated by Yolia. Great run stopping there.
2nd and 10. Another 3 down line showing on the San Diego defense. Skmizniak, another short drop, goes back a couple more steps, adds some time, but not able to find the target. It looked like McBrownski was the target on that route.
A nice little out route there. McBrownski almost had a bit of separation, but the corner, Andre Brown, cuts down and gets just enough of his hand up in there that the catch can't be made. Really nice coverage by this Aces defense.
Backfield on 3rd and 10. Back goes Skmizniak down the middle and caught for the touchdown, McBrownski.
Ooh,
Great pass into coverage and a nice route run by McBrownski.
you got that right. Just a beautiful route by McBrownski. Finds that hole in the zone set by this Aces defense. The linebacker there, the safety, gets the hand up, but McBrownski's just got too much separation and is able to easily make the catch and waltz into the end zone for 6.
And when you saw the routes on that play, John, looks like they also had a crossing pattern that might have thrown off some of the secondary coverage.
That's right. Those drag routes and those crossing routes can be an absolute nightmare when you're playing linebacker, especially as you get tight up against the end zone like this. You're just prone to run into one another or set an accidental screen like a basketball player, and it can free up these more physical receivers and tight ends for some pretty big grabs like we just saw there.
And the Cougars draw first blood tonight. Now let's see what San Diego, the home team, can do on this next series. They stalled on their last one. Let's see if they can get some continuity there, maybe walk away with some points.
Another decent return by Jacobs on that kick, but it was a really nice deep kick into the end zone. I wonder if we've got some downfield wind going tonight that might play a factor as we come to the deeper parts of this game.
Yeah, exactly. Late in the game, that is a big factor. So let's see how this plays out. Looking at first and 10, Dakota West, the 6'8", 245 quarterback, is looking to put some points on the board, and he starts off with the spread look. On up the middle, Rex doesn't get anywhere. Brought down number 23, Tyler Highfield, the free safety.
There's some development on that play. You can see Rex shed a couple of tackles, but just a little too much of that north-south running, trying to find the hole instead of attacking it east to west. This San Diego line needs to find a way to punch up some holes through Philadelphia's defense to get these running backs started.
2nd and 10. Pitch to the outside goes Powers. Powers is going, churning. 3rd and 2, not a bad run. Looked like that was going to get shot down at early in the play, John, but was able to get a couple extra.
And that's what that right side toss will do. You're running in the middle, you're running to the left, which is Dakota's strong side as a lefty. So then you toss it to the right side instead. The defense isn't ready for it, and you're able to grab 8 out of what could have been just a 2-yard gain.
Looking at 3rd and 2. To pass complete to Goose Busters. I was just going to say, you got to get Goose Busters in the game. But on that one, the route wasn't near the first down marker, and they're looking at 4th and 4.
That's that big Aces tight end, Goose Busters. But unfortunately, the quick out route was a little underthrown. And instead of being a 0-yard gain that he can yards after the catch up the field, he has to end up coming back. And it's a loss of 2 on that play.
Let's see if Philly can build on this one. Very solid possession. They put 7 on the board, a mixture of run and pass, and let's see what they show us here.
And look for the Aces defense to try and get some more significant coverage on the wide receivers, Rojas and McBrownski, on this drive.
8 set to the bottom of the screen. 10 seconds on the play clock. Goes Mincy with the handoff. The middle isn't going anywhere. Brought down by Seth Berlin, the inside linebacker.
That's the Dev linebacker down from Albuquerque, who did absolutely great work for this team in the first half. Now sharing that midfield with Horizon Breeze, as we've seen the Aces pull a couple of different looks to get the different linebacker core on the field. Ooh, great
First
pass.
Pass to Victor Rojas, weapon for Philadelphia. Has a nice route there. Looked like there were a couple defenders by him, John, and was able to pull it in.
That's right, just outlooks the defender. Unlike the streak that we saw earlier, that time we do see a bit of that hook or that curl, so the defenders keep running forward, and Rojas is left wide open for an easy first.
First down it is. Another pass. Pressure up the middle. Able to get rid of it and able to get in the hands of Victor Rojas again. Right at the first down marker. That was some athleticism. Almost on the ground. Able to pull that in.
What a veteran move by Skamizniak to throw it out of the sack, and then an equally impressive catch by Rojas to catch this duck as it falls to the turf and make the snag instead of the incompletion.
That was definitely a duck. We could hear it quacking up here in the booth. 1st and 10. We're getting close to the 2-minute mark in the first quarter. And Philly's mounting a pretty decent drive so far on the right side of the 50. Knocking at the door in the red zone. Back he goes. Pass to the top of the screen. Complete. That was complete to 18. Adam McBrownski.
And we have seen Philadelphia just go really heavily through the air all quarter so far. Fretz has gotten a couple of touches. Witherson's gotten a couple of touches. But really, it's Skamizniak airing this ball out to Rojas and McBrownski every chance he gets.
Run to the outside, decent run. It looked like that was Fretz again. 2 yards shy of the first down. We're looking at 3rd and 2.
That's right. That's the Fretz Prince with those dreads on that drive. 3rd and 2 is a great place for Philadelphia. They've got their entire playbook in front of them here.
Off to the outside, met in the backfield. Is he going to get the first down? He does with effort. Witherson, the 4th, was able to power on and move those chains.
SW4. Oh, and here we have another challenge by the San Diego Aces sideline. Despite losing the first one earlier in the game, they are convinced that they are going to get this one instead, saying this was no first down and SW4 was brought down early.
Let's see if his knee touches the ground. Oh, it didn't. I think that's a good call.
It might be the elbow they're looking at instead, but
the elbow was on his body. No, we'll see. I was wrong last time.
It looks like we're 0 for 2 up here in the booth.
All right. The drive is stalled, 4th and inches. And they were mounting something there. I mean, it just previous, like the previous possession for San Diego, it just stalled. And I don't think it was through any fault of their own. It was just the creative markings of the spotting of the refs. 4th and inches, they are going for it. A run up the middle, and they get it. Not a ton of effort there. I mean, needed for that because the blocking on that offensive line, Fretz just needed to take 2 steps, and he's in first down land.
Easily jumped outside of the right tackle there. Only had a couple of inches to go. You could have just fallen forward to get that first down.
Goes the quarterback, throw it deep and wide open is Rojas, the weapon. 3 steps on the defender. There was no way they were going to stop him from getting in the end zone.
Rojas is just getting this separation on these one-on-one looks against Genkel. There you have it. Almost a full 2 yards of separation. Huge gaps there. That's going to be a score 10 days out of 10.
And they're going to have to put Brown on him and have strong safety Talacarne help him out when they goes deep because I don't think it's working right now with the scheme they're running.
Now, you can say that again. When you leave a weapon like that with that much space, this guy's 6'6", 235. Even if you put him in a contested situation, he's probably going to come down with the ball. The Aces defensive staff needs to find a way to get better coverage on Rojas starting yesterday.
San Diego gets the ball and starts out at the 31-yard line. Let's see what Dakota West can do on this series. Got to walk away with something here as the home team.
That's absolutely right. These Aces need to find a way to get a bit of sustain on this drive, with the first drive ending in a very quick punt and the second one fizzling out. There needs to be a bit of momentum coming out of the house right here.
Set back, look back to pass. Throws it down the middle and caught. What a pass complete the Goose Busters.
That is a tight window to throw it into, but when you've got a 6'8" quarterback and a 6'4" tight end, that tight window can be a solid 2 feet higher than most other defenders are reaching.
That was double coverage and threw it right between the bookends. 1st and 10 for San Diego. The Aces are starting to get some momentum here in this drive, showing another offset eye in the backfield. Pitch to the outside. Rex is still trying, gets 1 yard out of it.
Rex got pushed backwards there, it looks like 3 or 4 yards, but was able to swim forward a little bit and get a 1 yard gain on the play.
And that's the end of the first quarter. Road team, Philadelphia is up 14-0. Eye-opening for me with how well San Diego's been playing at home this season. Let's see, what they can do on the sidelines. Look at some pictures, whatever, make some changes in, in their defensive playbook. They got to do something to stop the scoring for Philadelphia. Back short drop over the middle. What a catch! That was Gus. Well, no, it was not. I didn't get the number on that one. I think it was Maldonado. No, it was Busters again. Sorry.
You've got that right. That was Goose Busters. It looks like one thing they did between the quarters was listen back to what you were saying, Charles, because when you get Goose Busters involved, you're going to have a solid game. And just like we saw a bit of a rough go of it in the first half, only getting those 2 targets, now there's a bit more faith from West in Busters.
Eye spread, and it looks like Busters lined up in the slot. Run to the outside by Rex. It's a couple looking at 2nd and 8.
Using that small, powerful frame, trying to push forward for some more yards. We saw Rex lean down and get the shoulder low into the defender in front of him with just a 2 yard gain at the end of that play.
Spread. Run up the middle. Rex gets a couple more, looking at 3rd and 4, and I think it's smart call by that offensive coordinator, John, having Busters line up in the slot, because when they do those outside pitches, you've got a tight end blocking for you, and that's going to wind up with some good results. Looking at 3rd and 4 here. Back goes the quarterback down the middle and caught. How did he catch that? That was Busters again.
Being Goose Busters, and that's what's great about putting the tight end in the slot, is that the defenders in front of you, that linebacking core, isn't necessarily sure, is this going to be a seam route like we saw, or is it going to be a block like we saw on the play before? Great sequence here by the Aces offense.
We've got a quick look at West's numbers. He's got a 118 QBR and looking good. The pitch to the outside there to Rex. Rex is still churning. Rex has got 6 out of it, and they're knocking at the door in the red zone.
You love to see that out of Rex, churning those legs, like you said, right? Pushing through the contact and getting those extra yards. Every inch counts, especially down here inside the 10.
It was just inside the 5-yard line. Can get a first down if they get past the 1-yard line, so don't have to get points here, but I'm sure they want to. Motion to the top of the screen, run up the middle. Lot of defenders waiting there, and first and foremost is Nick Fargo.
Great stand by that inside the box D by the Cougars, giving Powers absolutely nowhere to go. Fargo was there. I think Wallace was there. Obviously, Kilgore, the defensive tackle, was right in the thick of it, too. Just a tough slog to get through.
Roll out, throw to the corner, and it is caught by Busters, but number 47, Say Jr., the strong safety, is able to keep him out of the end zone, and we're looking at 4th and 1.
Force him back. Looks like that was trying to be a quick little out route, maybe just past the sticks, trying to get a fresh set of downs, but instead they're going to bring out the rookie kicker, the only contract rookie kicker in the league, Josh Gint, for a 19-yard attempt.
Could be like a wedge shot there. I hate to say that, but it's up and good. San Diego's on the board with 14-3. We got 7 minutes left in the second. And hey, what do you think about that drive? They didn't get the end zone, but they did show us a little bit.
At least they built some consistency there, right, Charles? They didn't let it peter out all the way. They drove through, fought through adversity with a nice mix of runs and passes, and stayed on the field to finally get some points on the board here in the second.
Well, it's caught in the end zone, decides to bring it out up to the 20, just at the 20-yard line. Out comes Gamizniak to lead Philadelphia on another scoring charge.
And that was a nice little return by halfback Thomas Jones there. But when the ball's set so far back in the end zone, sometimes you just have to take the knee. You're going to start at the 20 either way. Why take the body bags?
And he was showing a 3-4. Motion from the bottom of the screen. They're sending McBrownski to the top of the screen. Short drop, throws it to the top of the screen and caught. I believe that was Rojas again. First down.
Rojas been feasting outside the numbers here. We see the Aces D drop back into his zone. Genkel's right there on the tackle, but when you're leaving that much space like we've seen Rojas had consistently tonight, already 93 yards with barely a quarter played.
First and 10. Run off guard. A loss by Fretz. Loss of 1. Second and 11.
Well, it's a good adjustment by this front, by the defense at least. Fretz has looked like he was going to start this game really strong. Fretz and Withers getting a lot of yardage, but the Aces have had some good containment on these last drives.
Run to the outside so far. Good set on the edge. Able to get a couple out of that. Looking at 3rd and 6.
Breaks through the line there, SW4 for a nice little gain. 3rd and 6, though, we're probably going to see Skimsniak go to the air. Look to see where Rojas and McBrownski are going.
A wide look. Back to pass. A little pressure in the pocket. Tries to get outside. Still going. Spinning. Gets the first down. What a run by Skimsniak. I thought he was dead to rights in the backfield, John.
Just incredible to break the oncoming defense of Seth Berlin on the interior blitz, sheds that sack, then instead of going for a pass and risking it, just makes the run. Just beautiful play. Veteran reads by Skimiz here.
First and 10. Run off guard. It's a run by Fretz. Looking at a couple gain. And Fretz is, when he's given the ball, he doesn't quit. He's always got his legs moving. That's what I like about him. He's quick to get into the hole and doesn't give up when he has the first defender wrap his arms around him.
That's right, and they love him out there in Philly. This is his 2nd season with the team, and they call him the Fretz Prince for a reason. He embodies that hard-working ethic that the Philadelphia fans love to see.
Short drop, had to get rid of the ball. The pocket was closed and intended for Jensen, but that whole play was, wasn't pretty at the start.
That's one of the newest additions to the Philadelphia Cougars, Dane the Lock Jensen, and that boy's always baking up something, whether it's blocking or catching. Unfortunately, couldn't quite come down with that one, and the Cougars are left with a 3rd and 7 now.
Empty backfield. 5 wide, throws it deep down the middle and caught, and we got a flag. McBrownski with the first down, and I think they're going to add to it.
I think that's a face mask there on Andre Brown. Just let his emotions get the best of him and doesn't make a clean tackle.
That was Brownski was wide open on that one. Looked like they probably did a deep 3 zone, and they didn't have anyone covering the wide receiver on a delayed route. First and 10. Motion to the top of the screen. McBrownski again, moving him all over the field. Short drop. Throws it to Rojas. Intercepted. Unbelievable. That was not the best pass by Skimsniak tonight, and it was intercepted by Ness Genkel.
Genkel's been beat a couple of times here, so it's a bit of a redemption for him. Skimizniak thought he saw another clean read to Rojas, but Genkel steps forward just that little bit, kind of aggressively on that route, but it pays off, and the Aces come with a takeaway and the ball at their 20.
She deserved that. I mean, yeah, like to your point, she's got a tough time going up against the likes of Rojas and McBrownski, and she needed a win, and she got it there. And now San Diego's got the ball back, 1st and 10, the 20-yard line. Motion to the top of the screen. Seconds on the play call. At the throw. How did he catch that? The pass was to the wide receiver there, and it looked like it was low by the knees. Also, there were some hands by at least 1 or 2 defenders trying to knock it away.
You want to talk about faith in your targets. West said, I have got 6 inches of space, and I know that Goose is coming down with this thing. And sure enough, like you said, down below the knees is able to spin forward for that first.
Active pass, pocket bring it down, throws it down the middle, intercepted by Tyler Highfield, the free safety. That coverage was on Goose Busters, the intended target, but was blanketed by the free safety.
Oh, Dakota just got a little too invested in looking at the same target over and over again. And Tyler Highfield, the dev safety down from DC, read their eyes the whole way and gets a huge interception to get the ball back. And now we've seen 2 drives end in picks.
3 wide, single back. 1st and 10, run in the backfield, not going anywhere. Leah brought it down and said, you're not going past me.
Oh, and there's Qualton Yulia, who we saw leave the field in the first. Happy to see them back on, and you know the Aces are happy to see that kind of aggressive pressure from their linebacking core, consistent and on the field.
3 wide to the bottom of the screen, 1 to the top. Run up the middle, met in the backfield by a couple of defenders. I think it was finally brought down by Seth Berland.
And it's again Yulia bringing pressure early, meeting at the line of scrimmage, and then bringing in Berlin, the dev inside linebacker from Albuquerque, to finish the job. 3rd and 11 here, definitely a passing play for Philadelphia coming.
They flipped the formation, but they're sending motion down. Rojas goes to the bottom of the screen up against the 3-down line. Got the pass. Plenty of time, wide open. Just had to throw it over the defenders. McBrownski wasn't able to bring it in.
3 defenders kind of in the area, but no one really covering McBrownski. That could have been a pick, or it could have been a touchdown. Exactly. And what you end up with is just an incompletion instead.
So far, both of these defenses have risen to the occasion, upping the opponents from making any progress on their drives, either by interceptions or a good coverage downfield.
Aggressive choice to not do the fair catch there by Hunter Jacobs. That Cougars defense was right on him, but he figured if he breaks the first tackle, might get a return. Instead is met as soon as he touches the ball and swarmed for a 1-yard gain at best.
We've got 2 minutes and some change on the board, John. A whole 80 yards to go here for San Diego to put some points on the board. Let's see how aggressive they are on this possession. Motion to the top of the screen. 6 seconds on the play clock. Back to pass. A little bit of pressure, but wide open is Busters again. I mean, I could just say Busters on every play, and it's going to be money. He's going to catch it.
If it works, keep going to the well, right? I was about to say you'd love to see West spread the ball around a little more, but you have to take the open looks when they're there. Busters finds the hole in the zone. West is going to look downhill and pass it to their favorite tight end.
2-minute warning here. In the first half, San Diego's got the ball, and to your point, I think much like Philadelphia has Rojas as their star in the receiving core, San Diego counts on Goose Busters. He's clearly the best player on the receiving core for San Diego. Back to pass, 4-down rush, down the middle and wide open. It's Goosebusters. How do you let that happen?
Well, especially a target that size. I mean this with all due respect. Goosebusters is not a world beater with his feet. He's not the fastest guy on the planet. And so for him to get that far behind your safeties, that's not looking good. If that is Nick Fritchley, that might be a touchdown with the speed that he's got. So if Busters is going to get that look, I think the Cougars might take it.
There's been 10 back to pass. Over the middle, into traffic, and Busters is bringing in another one.
Busters is boosting this team,
Right?
absolutely building any piece of momentum that they've got going. What an incredible catch for that 6-yard gain.
Into the 1 minute mark, run to the outside. Great run, great stiff arm. First down, almost at the 20-yard line. Rex is showing some power and speed.
And that is excellent use of momentum there. That toss gave him just enough time to collect the ball and get that forward push needed to stiff arm his way to a first down and then a little bit more.
San Diego has the ball at the 20-yard line. It's about a minute left in the half. Motion again. It's Fritchley to the top of the screen. To pass, 4-down rush in the, oh my gosh, at the 3-yard line. I think that was Fritchley that brought that in.
That was the rookie Terry T. Money.
Okay.
5'10", shorter than your average bear, as it were, but just an incredible ball placement by West to put it just in the reach of Money's grab.
We're knocking at the door of the goal line at the 3.5-yard line. Back to pass. Plenty of time to the bottom of the screen, and is caught by number 19, Terry Money. Is Money in the end zone.
Back-to-back grabs for the rookie wide receiver, T. Money, showing that he is worth the money. Beautiful snag there to set up the first down at the end zone, and then a even more beautiful grab in double coverage through contact to give San Diego the 6.
I love how he got that separation on the when he went out on that route. He just left the defender behind him. And the other thing I like about him is look, he's not the cookie cutter wide receiver at 5'10". You don't see a lot of wide receivers in the SFL under 6 feet tall, and he's got a little chip on his shoulder, and he's showing it on the field. He's got 14-10. San Diego is answering up at home. 57 seconds left in the first half. Philadelphia is receiving the ball in the end zone. They're going to bring it out, and they are just past the 20, still going up to the 23-yard line. Out comes Demizniak. He's got a lot of real estate to cover. John, what do you think we're going to see here?
Well, you can go either way if you're Philadelphia. You've got a minute, so you're probably going to take a couple of shots down the field, push for some points if you can get them, but you're not going to go too crazy, right? You're already up 4. No need to risk it too hard because Philadelphia is starting the second half with the ball, remember.
Run up the middle. Gets a couple defenders to meet him at that gap, but he was still able to add a couple. We're looking at second and I believe 8, and we've got 40 seconds left. Looks like they're just content to roll this one out.
They're going to hand it to Fretz. They're going to hand it to SW4. If a good play happens, they're certainly going to be happy with it. But I think you're right, Charles. They're going to be pretty happy to just chew out the rest of this half.
Nice pass to the top of the screen. Rojas with another completion. That makes 75 in the first half. I'm just kidding. Looks just a lot. Let's just say a lot.
He may already be up over 100. He is right at 100 yards. It's like the guys in the stat truck knew what I was going for. Rojas already at the century mark with 30 seconds to go in the second.
Run off guard. Still going. Got a couple yards for Fretz. And we're at the 18-second mark, and it's just counting down. Looks like they're going to run this one out.
Yeah, no timeouts here. No one's rushing to the line. I think we're going to be heading into this half here at 14-10. And both teams, honestly, are going to be pretty happy with that score, I think.
Yeah, indeed. We saw a lot of good plays on both teams, and I like the way that San Diego started to answer after getting down by 2 scores. And this is the last play of the first half. And we're looking at the 14-10 ball game here. The road team, Philadelphia, is coming into San Diego, and so far has hit them with 2 scores. San Diego's fighting back, but they're down by 4 to Philadelphia. Any particular player stand out to you, John?
Well, the obvious answer is Victor Rojas. He had just some incredible grabs there in the first half to set up Philadelphia for incredible success through all of their drives, ending with already 100 yards in the half. Obviously, we can't overlook Lotta McBrownski or Jesse Fretz and the work that they've been doing to keep Philadelphia's game spread across all the different spaces on their offensive field. But what Rojas has been doing is just extraordinary.
I think we in that first half it was the the Goose and Rojas show. Both of those players are just they're men amongst young adults. Let's just say.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Men
both of
against
those
smaller
players.
men.
Looking at the ratings for Rojas and the ratings of in the game for Busters, he could start on most teams in the SFL tomorrow. I mean, they are built for success, and I think we're going to see more of that here in this second half. And Philadelphia gets the ball, taking it past the 20 to the 25, maybe out to the 29-yard line. And Skamizniak is going to come out and see if they can some more points and widen that lead.
That's absolutely right. Philadelphia is going to be looking to reset the tone here at the start of the second half. Both teams made some great adjustments between the first and second quarters. I can only imagine what they've done now that they had even more time between the second and third with that full talk in the halftime locker room.
Intercepted. That was by Brian Russell, the backup strong safety. What a way to a turn of events for San Diego to step up. For those of you just joining, we're looking at the last game of the evening, and you saw some fire right when you came at the right time. Brian Russell with that interception. I'm Charles Doherty, play-by-play, and joining me in the booth is John Campbell, analyst. And so far, this has been a heavyweight boxing bout.
Ooh, and it looks like that was a pass intended for Victor Rojas. Whereas the defender there was initially on Dane Jensen. When the pass was let off, he steps off the route and comes in front of the pass. And now the Aces have the ball, knocking at the door of the red zone already to start the second half. What a turn of events.
Yeah, definitely. And a pitch to the outside to Rex. Only got a couple stopped by Highfield. And let's see, your offense, your defense really rose to the occasion there, stopping that Philadelphia team over the middle. Almost, we got another interception, and it looks we're seeing some defensive positions, defensive groups here, especially on the San Diego side that are playing up against some, honestly, some higher skilled players. I mean, I know they're developing, but they're really running with them 1-for-1. 3rd and 8, back to pass. Plenty of time, throws it down the middle in the end zone into coverage, into double coverage, and I feel just as that's not going to happen on my watch, and we're looking at a 4th and 8.
We're seeing both of these quarterbacks start the half way more aggressively than we saw them play in the first half, with Skamizniak starting his drive with a sort of misplaced pass to Rojas, and then West just bombing this ball to anybody with hands. If this is what the offenses are going to do in the second half, we might see a drastically different result than we were expecting here.
Again, with the 39-yard field goal attempt is good. The lead is cut to 1. And it all started with that interception by the San Diego defense early in the second half. Set the tone so far, and right now, San Diego they've got their hands on the driver's, the steering wheel, and they're dictating the terms of the game.
We're going to have to see what adjustments the Cougars make after starting the second half with that pick? Are they going to start leaning more on Frets and SW4? Or are they going to let Skimizniak come out guns blazing the way that we know he wants to?
Cougars offense is coming out on the 23-yard line. We've got some real estate in front of them, and they've got to shake off the interception from that last series. Mizniak's been here before. He's he's a veteran. He doesn't let things like that affect him. Let's see what he does here in this series. Drop it, throws it complete, short of the first down marker. 8 yards on that play, caught by McBrownski.
And the defender right there, I think it was Yulia who had started pressuring, but comes back to make the tackle on McBrownski. Otherwise, that would have been a massive gain for Philadelphia.
And 2. 4 down line showing by San Diego. Run right up the gut. Nice hold there by the offensive line. Brett's just had, he had 10 yards in that gap and was just able to waltz to the first down.
Great hold by the line, and then Fretz is able to see the inside linebacker waiting for him and give him that 1-2 stutter step and shut past him to get even more than just the first down. He turns that into a nice 8-yard gain.
First and 10 against 3 down line. They're showing a blitz, but they get it to Rojas. Rojas is going on the long pass, still fighting, and it looks like Moss, the free safety, was able to just get in his way and keep him from putting points on the board.
You live by the blitz and you die by it. The Aces brought a ton of pressure there, and Genkel just could not keep up with that initial step from Rojas. Blows past him. Genkel's on the ground, and you got to wait for the free safety, Moss, to come over and force him out of bounds at the 12-yard line.
They are at the 12-yard line, like you said. 8 minutes on the clock. Get some pressure. Step back. Oh, didn't know what. That was what I would call an inadvised pass. It hit Nick Rogers, the outside linebacker, in the back. But if he had a different position, was watching the quarterback, we could have been looking at a whole different scenario.
You've got that right. It could have gone any number of ways. There was pressure coming from both sides of the line there. Skimizniak had to get rid of the ball quickly, and the receiver just wasn't quite ready for it.
And 10. And Jackson going to the top of the screen. Haven't heard her name a lot tonight. 9 seconds left on the play clock. Short drop. Pressure up the middle. Bam! Wow! That was a hit. That was a fumble. And that was a recovery by Chuck Wiley on defense. That defense of San Diego is a turnover machine here in the second half.
The veteran inside linebacker, Seth Berlin, did not hide his intentions at all. That dude was standing on the line of scrimmage saying, I am going to eat your lunch. And what did he do? Put the ball on the ground. But here we see the first challenge from Philadelphia on the night.
I don't know from here. It happened so fast, but I can't hate him for challenging this. Because it's always a 50-50.
You've got to try your luck.
What happens here? Oh, wow.
The question is, did the arm move forward before it left his hand?
Not the best camera angle for us, my friend. Wow. Okay, that was a that was a bad turnover avoided. Nice, smart challenge there by Philadelphia coach. They dodged the bullet on that.
And you know that the San Diego coaches are not happy with that call by the refs.
Empty look. 3rd and 10 on the 12-yard line. The quarterback pressure at the top of the screen in the middle. Oh my gosh, it looks like it hit the arm of McBrownski, but wasn't able to hold on to it in the end zone.
Ooh, just excellent coverage there. It looks like, that is the safety, Donda Carne, who is covering the middle of the field in the end zone there, preventing another 7 points, which would have put Philadelphia up by a pretty healthy margin. Now they're going to keep it just to a much more manageable score, keep it in a one-score game.
Philadelphia Peaches with the 29-yard like a chip shot, but to your point, it looks like some wind was in play on that kick. And it was a little bit, you're starting to feel a little uncomfortable as it got closer to the goalpost. We're looking at a 17-13 ball game, 4 points. Philadelphia is leading by here on the road in San Diego. And let's see what San Diego can do when they get the ball. They tried on that. The defense tried big hitting, trying to call some turnovers. It just didn't fall their way.
Philadelphia is going to be pretty happy to come away with 3 points on that one after what easily could have been a red zone fumble instead. Hopefully San Diego is going to be able to build on the momentum that they had with that nice drive earlier in the half and go down the whole length of the field, right? Instead of just taking that short field they had after the last turnover, build on that momentum and find a way to get all the players involved so that they can get all the way down the field here, starting at their own 30.
Definitely, and especially the wide receiver. When you say all the players, especially the wide receivers, back on a short pass, it's like it was intended for Busters again, and it was overthrown.
Going to that favorite target, if you keep hitting the same well the same time over and over and over again, the defense is going to catch wise eventually.
Yeah, good, very good point. I mean, that these defenses make great adjustments here in the second half, and they got to spread it around to your earlier point. Back to pass, down the middle. As we say that, what happens? They throw to Busters again, and it's a reception and a first down. Move James.
I mean, I guess I'm just going to keep talking so that these players can keep proving me wrong. Because right? Once again, as soon as I say we have to move the ball to different places, West just looks up at the booth and says, "Not today," and keeps getting it out to Goose for his 10th catch of the game.
136 yards back. The quarterback down the middle, almost intercepted by Say. I mean, West, I don't know what, it was not the most accurate pass by West on that. It looked like it was a little short. Well, it was tremendously short. It's a zip code or two short of the receiver.
And that's Kevin Say Jr., the strong safety, who's just making his second start of the season here. Just really nice coverage to read what could have been a huge chunk play, instead stepping down and making a good defense deflection.
2nd and 10. Wide to the top of the screen. Back to pass, gets a little bit of pressure down the middle. And it was intended for our man Busters again. Just incomplete, and couple 3, maybe 4 interceptions. Incompletes after Buster's been targeted. Looks like the defense is starting to get a hang of it. Let's see what we get on this 3rd and 10.
And we come out here. We see the Aces in the empty set. Just no runs so far in this drive, which could cause trouble if they keep going so one-dimensional in the second half moving forward.
Yeah, and on that one, Busters was blanketed, and Fritchley was coming across the middle. There wasn't anyone around him, so that was not the best judgment call there by Dakota West. A rare occasion that we see that, but the offense is coming off the field. Nice stand by Philadelphia. They're getting the ball back.
Really solid stand by this Philadelphia defense as we see Josh Gint come out doing double duties as both kicker and punter, locking them down. Philadelphia starting this drive on their own 14 after the fair catch.
I mean, at this point, they're still pretty deep in their own territory here on the 14-yard line, 1st and 10. 3-down line, looked like a 3-4 showing on the San Diego defense. See if they run it or try and get a little aggressive in the pass game. Rojas to the top of the screen. And Genkel has the difficult score of guarding. Run to the outside, and no gain at all. Nice tackle there by Berlin, the inside linebacker.
And that's a nice little setup by the Philadelphia offensive coordinator, moving Rojas to the far side of the field so that the defense shades over to that weak side and then running to the strong side. But Berlin was there ready to read the run.
Or wide, run to the outside. Got a couple, actually, a heck of a lot more than I thought. Nice run there by SW4.
Yeah, Witherson the fourth there, bouncing off a couple of tackles despite that 5'10 frame, able to stay on his feet and push forward for a couple more yards. 3rd and 6 now for the Philadelphia Cougars.
36 with the quads look, back to pass, wide open across the middle. 88, Dallas Sanders. Hadn't heard his name a lot tonight, but man, he made it count when he was targeted.
That's that Dev wide receiver down from Oklahoma City, able to get that inside step and make the catch just over the first down line. Not every play needs to be a home run. Sometimes a double will get you there.
1st and 10. Go down line showing on San Diego. Looks like they may be sending some heat here at the bottom of the screen. Let's see. Rojas to the motion at the top of the screen. And looks that might not be good. Throwing it to Rojas. And it was covered by the inside linebacker Breeze.
That's a rookie Breeze who joined in August here this league, stepping in and doing great coverage over the middle so that neither Rojas nor McBrownski could get the separation they needed.
2nd and 10, motion. Now they sent Rojas in motion, and the route probably wasn't the smartest one when they looked like he didn't have anyone on him. Throw down to the outside bottom of the screen. Rojas makes up for it. I guess Skamizniak as well. They got 9 out of it, and it's 3rd and 1.
And honestly, if I'm Rojas, I'm thinking to myself, I should have stepped 2 yards more forward. There was still separation there, and that could have been a first down easily. Instead, we're set up at a 3rd and 1 at the 41.
Right up the middle, and we're looking at a first down for Fretz, and another example of good blocking by that line.
That's exactly right. The line and the tight end there hold up, and Fretz had his choice. He could have gone B gap, he could have gone C gap, he could have even gone D gap to hit that first down.
1st and 10. Time so far is on the side of Philadelphia. Another run up the middle, and another gaping hole. 6 yards for SW4.
Safety's got to come down flying out of the backfield to stop that at only a 6-yard gain. If I'm the Philadelphia offensive coordinator, though, I'm taking 5 and 6 yards out of my running backs on first down every single drive if they'll give it to me.
2nd and 4. Run up the middle again. Why not? Look at those holes. And he's still going past the first down marker, past the 40. 1st and 10. Great run, and yet again, great blocking. I mean, what a luxury.
When you've got weapons on both sides of your offense, in the air and on the ground, and with the veteran mind of Skamizniak to know when to go where, it's a tough offense to stop at any point.
1st and 10 on the 36-yard line. Another run, and another positive gain of 4.
SW4 taking that run up to the left side of the offense on the far side of the field from where we're standing. And that's a beautiful play because you saw the blitzes coming in from the near side. And so when you're running away from the blitz, you're going to be able to get 4 yards pretty consistently.
2nd and 6. Back to pass. Pressure in the middle. He goes down. Brought down by Boudreaux.
Odette Boudreaux, she is a force to be reckoned with, playing down with the Aces from Pittsburgh in the Bigs. Just an absolute dominating force, whether she is on the inside or outside of that defensive line.
Big play by the San Diego defense and great agility. You don't typically see in a defensive end that size. Back to pass down the middle. Caught in the air, gets to the next level. McBrownski brings it down and comes back down from the ladder.
Oh, as soon as the Aces get 4 yards on the sack, they give up 14 on the pass. That was just an extraordinary grab by McBrownski, his 6th of the night already.
We're seeing a lot of resilience for the Philadelphia offense. When they get hit, they come back stronger. Short drop. How he caught that, why that wasn't an interception, I have no clue. Rojas is able to somehow bring that in and get a first down.
Just incredible presence of mind of Rojas to fight through the man coverage there. Just, again, a little bit more aggressive from Ness Genkel. going for the pick instead of just the deflection, and Rojas comes down with the first down again.
Smart play calling by the Philadelphia offense. They're seeing the mismatches on the field, and they're making it. They're capitalizing on it. 1st and 10. They are in the red zone under the 2-minute mark on the third quarter. Back to pass. Heat at the top of the screen. Brought down by, I believe that's Nick Rogers, the outside linebacker.
Just an absolutely huge piece of aggression from the Aces here, sending the non-contract outside linebacker to attack from that strong side. Skimizniak saw it coming the whole way, but still had nothing he could do, and just eats the sack for a loss of 6.
2nd and 16. Last time they got smacked in the mouth, they responded. Let's see what they do here. 4 wide, down the middle, and caught by Rojas. Who else? 3rd and 2. What a way to respond. This is just incredible.
Just back and forth and back and forth. Literally, our line of scrimmage is moving forwards and backwards by 10-yard swings every single play.
And they're sending Dane Jensen along Rojas just in case there's any blocking needed. He's got that big tight end ready to drop the number. Back to pass. At the top of the screen, and it just hits King Jackson in the pads. Incomplete. And we're looking at 4th and 2. And what a way to stall your drive when you're knocking at the door with it for a touchdown.
Ooh, this is an absolute battle. Both of these teams are playing physical and tight on one another. Here comes Sophia Peaches to put up Philadelphia by a solid 7.
24-yard attempt is good, and it looked like on that last play, John, that Queen Jackson was wide open. If she was able to bring that in, she would have scampered into the end zone.
That's absolutely right. With the way that these Aces are bringing pressure on every play, we're seeing some Cougar receivers open downfield, but Skimizniak doesn't have the time to make the reads to make the open receivers. Fortunately for him, Rojas and McBrownski are so consistent and so strong that they can make these acrobatic and physical catches read at a tight second.
Decent return by Maldonado up to the 31-yard line. And we're going to see Dakota West come back out, see what kind of magic Dakota West can spin out here and possibly tie the game.
You'd love to see Rex get more involved, and Powers too. Get this Philadelphia defense reading a bit of the run game to maybe open up some more looks for Busters, Money, and Fritchley downfield.
Twins look. Rush to the strong side. And you asked for Rex to get the ball, and your wish was granted.
Well, you know that those San Diego coaches are hoping he's not going to get stuck on the line next time, but that's exactly what you need. You need to start the ball, mixed up a little bit. You can't go back over and over again to Goosebusters, because eventually we're just going to start seeing these Philadelphia corners stack up. But again, going back to Rex 2 plays in a row, and now the Aces are stuck at a 3rd and 10.
Nick Fargo was waiting and just shut that down. 3rd and 10. This is a big play for San Diego. They still got a lot of time left, but they gotta move the ball down the field. 3rd and 10 with 17 seconds left. Near the end of this third quarter, back to pass and caught. They needed that. Maldonado with the catch.
That's absolutely right. That was a huge play for the Aces to get the end of this third quarter going with a solid reception. Dakota lines up with Westbrook there to close out this quarter and keep this ball and drive alive going into the final quarter of the game.
We've got 3 in the books. Road team Philadelphia up by 7, 20-13. Get your 4s up in chat. Buckle up too. This is going to be a battle this last quarter. I think it's going to be up to the last second, and hold on tight. First play of the fourth quarter. Win set at the bottom of the screen. It might have been an audible at the line. Back drops back over the middle, and great coverage there by Say Jr. Just hit Goose Busters right when the ball was coming at him, was able to break that up.
Ooh, that was an aggressive pass for Dakota West because they saw Busters going up over the top, and it would have been like a play that we saw in that first quarter there where he could have gotten a huge catch if the ball's just a little bit higher up.
Red look out of San Diego, out of San Diego, 4-down line by Philly, and got good run up the middle. You were asking for it, and now you finally got a solid run up the middle by by Rex.
The reverse of the play action there, the draw run, sets up looking like a pass, and we get that delayed handoff to Rex. And that's what you get when you look pass so frequently. That defense starts popping back into a shell, allowing Dakota for the delayed handoff, sort of fake the pass, and get it to Rex for the run up the middle.
To the outside, and Powers this time gains 4. And they are knocking at the end zone. Not there quite yet, but so far so good, getting that run in that you asked for. And John, like you said, now's a perfect time, I think, to maybe mix in a pass. Let's see on 2nd and 6. They're doing an I-Pro formation. 4-down line, run up the middle, and got a couple. 3rd and 4.
See, and this is the problem with this Aces staff. They find something that works for them, and then they just keep going back to it. We saw it with passing to Busters over and over again early. Now we're seeing runs on the inside. We want to see more variety out of the Aces, play calling, to get success on this Philadelphia D.
Rollout, good coverage, over the middle, and complete. That was 2. Number 86. 1st down.
That's Nick Fritchley's first catch of the game. An absolutely great wide receiver from Fort Worth. He did yeoman's work for these Aces early in the season, and we see here why. Able to make just a stunning spinning catch on a back-thrown ball.
High spread on 1st down, and would help if I looked at the right roster, John. Back to pass, plenty of time in the middle, and complete. Fritchley again. They are 1st and goal. This is a good drive. San Diego needs this and needs to put points on the board to stay in this.
Exactly right. They need to find a way to cap this off positively. Dakota can't grip the ball too tight here and throw a pick or just throw balls off of the goalpost. There needs to be a solid game plan on how to turn these 3 plays into 6 points.
1st and goal. 7 minutes and 40 seconds left in the 4th. Diego's got to score. Run to the outside. Oh my gosh, got a good stiff arm there. And did he get in the end zone? They're marking it just short. But man, Rex just showed some good moves and some good stiff arms and was able to, I think, take nothing and make something out of it.
You got that right. They say that they pushed him out just shy of the line at about the 6-inch mark.
2nd and goal. The 4-inch line. Another pitch to the outside and just waltzed in. Nobody was there to stop Powers. Good block on the edge. And we could potentially tie this game up with an extra point by Gint.
Richard Powers, the Oklahoma City running back, reading those blocks perfectly. Just patiently wait for
on the edge. That was perfect blocking.
The tackle, Jackson Burrito, just squared up those hips like a sumo wrestler and opened a wall for Powers to come in behind. Great work by the line and great work by the back to read it in front of him.
It's all tied up, 20-20 with 7 minutes and 13 seconds left in the 4th. Hold on tight, folks. Let's see what Philadelphia can do here with their possession, and we're looking to see some fun. Kickoff is off in the end zone. Let's see if they take it out, and I think this is one of the first kickoffs that's been down in the end zone tonight.
Taking that knee in the end zone. Let's take a moment to give a shout out to the folks in chat. Obviously, we've got Jesse and Jason, our Philadelphia crew, in here. But big props to my man Unknown coming in. Welcome to the league. I hope you're enjoying this game. Please do join our Discord and check out our website. The SFL and the SFLm are always happy to welcome new members into this community. It is a great time to join and see your player on the field today.
Nice run by Fretz for 9 on first down, making it 2nd and 1. And I think at this point, Philadelphia's built to grind the clock out, and we've got 6 minutes and 57 seconds. I think the onus here is on San Diego trying to disrupt something.
That's right. If Philadelphia can get down the field, 6 minutes is not uncommon for them to take a whole drive. They love grinding the clock. They love chewing every moment they have. So if they can eat all of this time and walk away with just 3, they'll take it if they don't think San Diego can respond in kind.
Another run and another good block by the line, and a great run there by SW4 for the first down, and the clock is ticking.
Tick, tock, tick, tock. We see Switherson the fourth get through the line there and just have that little extra ounce of speed that the Aces linebacking core can't catch up to until it's a big gain.
1st and 10. Short drop back pass to the bottom of the screen and complete. 18, McBrownski. McBrownski's been involved in a lot of targets tonight. We've heard Rojas's name a lot, but you can't forget McBrownski.
Well, and it's a great read by Skamizniak. You go back and look at that play. The San Diego Aces defense is blitzing from one side. What does Skamizniak do? Same thing he's done all night. Pass the ball away from the blitz. Finds McBrownski open on the flat, and it turns it into a huge gain.
2nd and 2, Jackson with motion to the top of the screen. One up the middle, and another first down, and another good run by Fretz.
And that's the thing, is it's not a 6-yard gain, but it's still a good run. Bites through the contact, gets the first down, and keeps the Philadelphia offense on the field and chewing the clock.
Short drop back. Pass again to the bottom of the screen, and McBrownski again. Looks like that exact same play from a couple plays ago.
Oh, the Aces are lucky there. McBrownski overcommitted on that hook and came down a little too far. That shouldn't be a 3-yard gain. That should have been a first down. That should have been an easy, huge gain.
Clock is ticking, coming to the 5-minute mark, 2nd and 7. Run to the top of the screen. Another good run, good blocking on the edge. And we're looking at a run all the way down to almost the 10-yard line. A good run by Fretz. He's been doing it all night, but the blocking on the edge has just been phenomenal.
Well, and just, again, absolutely dances off the first tackle. Even before the point of contact, when Fretz gets through the line and he sees whatever linebacker he's facing, has enough space in front of him to do that quick hip wiggle that he does, fake out the linebacker, which gives him the opportunity to shed the tackle and push forward for a huge gain.
Under 5 minutes, 1st and 10 on the 15-yard line. Run. Oh, looked like it was going to get stopped. Witherspoon the fourth got 5 out of it. How he did that, I don't know.
Just breaking contacts left and right. Here we see Boudreau getting into the backfield, but just can't close the tackle in time. And instead, there's a 5-yard gain for Philadelphia.
And 5. Sending McBrownski to the top of the screen. Looks like they're showing a zone coverage. Back to pass. Top of the screen. Looks like they flooded it. And McBrownski was right in there with 2 other wide receivers to bring it in 1st and goal.
Ooh, and we are getting more and more to desperate times for San Diego. They need a stop here as we are now at 4 minutes to go in the 4th, and Philadelphia is clearly within scoring range.
First and goal, you're right. Rojas goes to the bottom of the screen. Looks like they've got a safety guarding him. Let's see if they make use of it at the bottom of the screen. And it is caught by number 17, Rojas. They took advantage. They saw the mismatch, and they were able to capitalize.
Rojas with a great route there, fakes on the in, instead plants his foot and dives to the out. Perfect timing by Skamizniak to hit him as soon as he cuts out as well. The defender has absolutely no time to respond.
That was a near perfect drive, John. The only thing that I could say if I was gonna be a little petty was that it didn't take enough time off the clock.
You've certainly got that right. It's a 7-point differential, but San Diego can turn on the burners here. 4 minutes to go is enough for a full drive in this league. The question is, will San Diego...
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, please.
It starts off here with this return. Can they get good position for the offense? So far, so good. Up to the 30, still going, still fighting. To the 33-yard line. It's not, wasn't a home run, but I think it's good enough field position, and they're not going to complain.
That's right. You're going to take anything past the 30. Jacobs looked like he was going to be feasting for a deeper run there after shedding off the first tackle. But the entire special teams unit of the Cougars were there, ready to go with the second. So San Diego starting this drive at the 33 now.
San Diego showing shotgun motion to the top of the screen goes Jacobs. They're showing zone on defense for Philadelphia. Let's see if they take advantage of it on offense. Just a quick drop-off pass there to the bottom of the screen, and they are in hurry up with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the fourth. They got to do something here. Pass to the top of the screen, and that was blocked, and they stopped it. And I think that's probably pretty good because they get to change up the play.
Yeah, you're right. And this is what we were saying before about gripping that ball too tight. There's time on this drive. There's no need to go immediately to your panic, empty, hurry up set. But now at 3rd and 9, you've kind of pigeonholed yourself. If you're the Aces, you have to pass it here, and Philadelphia knows what to expect.
Showing a single quads look here on 3rd and 9 with 3.5 minutes left. Back to pass and almost intercepted. And I think that was Rondé Barber, one of the nickel or dime backs. I don't know, but not a starter, but was able to go in there and make an impact.
Rondé Barber actually sealed the deal when Philadelphia beat San Diego earlier this season. So it's no surprise to see him stepping up to make a big play here on 3rd down in the 4th quarter. San Diego now forced to go for it 4th and 9.
Shown another quads look, and again, we're seeing Jacobs go to the top of the screen. Back to pass. We get some penetration on the line. Does it have to drop it off quickly? And that just did not go at all to what San Diego wanted. Had to dump it off to Rex, and Rex just got destroyed by Kilgore.
I mean, that was that looked like, honestly, a screenplay, if you ask me, the way that the linemen were swinging out there, and that's just not the time to make that call. That's a pretty high-risk play here in the minors, given the stats that you see on the offensive linemen. And to call that at 4th and 9 is just too high of a risk with too low of a reward, if you ask me.
And what athleticism by Kilgore, the defensive tackle, had a beeline for the quarterback best and was able to do a quick adjustment and bring the running back down in the backfield. We're looking here at 2nd and 10. Clock is ticking. We're getting close to the 2-minute mark here. And right now, I think we're going to see a lot of runs here by Philadelphia and try and close this out and get on the bus and go home.
Absolutely. If you're the Cougars, there's no reason to air the ball out mostly. Just go comfortably behind frets, grind out this clock as much as you can. Even if you punt the ball away, you're not leaving San Diego with any time on the clock.
Yulia brought the running back down behind the line. We're at 3rd and 11, getting close to the 2-minute mark. And I would, what would you do on this play? I mean, if it was me, I'd just run it again and give the ball back. I wouldn't try and push it.
I wouldn't be surprised, though, to see a little bit of movement from Rojas or McBrownski here. Try and get a little, that one more first down is all you need. But I think we're going to go to the 2-minute warning here first.
We're at the 2-minute warning. Philadelphia's up 27-20. Still a lot of time left here for both of these teams, but we got to see what San Diego can do on defense and get the ball back. Right now, the onus is on San Diego to make something happen. Down by 7 late in the game on their home turf. Definitely not what they're looking forward to.
And knocking on the edge of field goal territory as well. This is pretty much a must-stop down for the Aces.
If you look, back to pass, has to roll out of the pocket and is trying to run for the first down, but has to slide. It's 4th and 6. But San Diego's forced to use a timeout.
They use that timeout. Let's see where the official spot is, and if the Cougars bring Sophia Peaches out for the kick. Oh no, instead we are seeing the punter here. They're going to hope to pin the Aces deep in their territory. We got Tom Tuppa out.
At that position at the 40-yard line where you're kicking, you should be able to put it right in the corner. Oh.
Gunner touched it. I think they're into the 4-yard line.
Let's see. I don't know if momentum carried him into the end zone. No, that's good. They're on the 4. That's what you needed. 3. That's what you needed.
Give him the 3.
Nice. This is like 14 miles that San Diego needs to venture to get some points on the board. Pressure to the top of the screen. Oh my gosh! I thought that was going to be a completion, but. 53, Nick Fargo. Again, we're hearing his name a lot. He's so sneaky. You don't hear his name, and then all of a sudden he pops up and makes a big play.
Thought it was going to be a sack. Then I thought it would be a completion. Then I thought it was going to be a pick. What a play that was!
2nd and 10. 1 minute and 44 seconds left in the game. 4-wide look at a shotgun. Goes out of the end zone and caught, and the defender picks him up and throws him past the chains. Hunter Jacobs gets up and says, "Thank you, sir."
San Diego here burning their timeouts deep in their own territory instead of going with the hurry up and going with another pass, but they're burning through them. They're going to have to spend the rest of this drive either hurrying up or spiking the ball.
Nice spread. Motion to the top of the screen, Fritchley. Clock down to 5. It's a rollout. Blocking on the edge. Throws it to the bottom screen. Complete. And that is Goosebusters.
Goosebusters on the out route, getting himself to the sideline to stop that clock. That's what you love to see if you are the Aces coaching staff. Really good coverage by Rondé Barber there, waiting for that game-sealing play that he is so accustomed to.
And that was a great route run by Busters as well. 1st and 10. They didn't use any time practically on that last play. 3 wide receivers. Motion again. Looks like they've got Busters going to the top of the screen. And that might be a good call because they're showing zone at the top. Throw, and it looks like Busters catches it past the first down. Timeout.
That is the Aces' final timeout. I had miscounted earlier. So now the Aces get the ball with the clock stopped there at the 39-yard line.
So far, they're taking up little chunks here, but they're going to need to be a little mindful here of the clock at this point. Busters goes down to the bottom of the screen in motion. Back to pass, plenty of time. Top of the screen. Oh my gosh, that wide receiver was way too open. I believe that was Maldonado. 1 minute and 18 seconds left. The clock is ticking. And they are getting close here to the red zone. And another catch by Maldonado in traffic. 3 up, 2nd and 4. We're getting to the 1 minute mark. 3 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Back to pass. Pressure up the middle. Why? Oh, should have brought that in. Got hit. 3rd and 4. Number 25, Drew Dizzy just shut that down.
Well, that was a great series of play for the Aces, and it would have kept going had it not been for just some extraordinary coverage by the Cougars rookie cornerback, Drew Drizzy. The 6'1 corner who joined this spring, absolutely stepping up when his team needed it the most.
30-yard line, 1 minute left in the game. Plenty of time to put 7 up on the board. 3 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Back goes Dakota, and it is deflected, incomplete, 4th and 4.
Well, and what did we say earlier? Too many passes to Goose in a row. What did we say after that? Too many runs with Rex in the middle in a row. What would we have here? 4 attempted passes to Westbrook now. They need to do a better job consistently spreading the ball to get this Philadelphia Cougars defense guessing.
4th and 4. At the pass. Plenty of time down the middle, and flag. It looks like that's going to be a first down at the 2-yard line. Let's see what the refs say.
That is DPI on the Cougars corner.
Oh,
indeed. That is number 21, Sammy Seatbelt III, the Dev League corner playing down from Oklahoma. What was good coverage and probably a pass that Jacobs wasn't going to come down with anyway. Instead, the tackle was made way too soon, and now the Aces are first and goal to go from the 4.
All right, we could be looking at overtime here as they line up in shotgun, 3 to the bottom, 1 to the top. The 4-yard line, 53 seconds left. Back goes Dakota into the end zone and caught for the touchdown. She with the touchdown, down by 1, got to make this field goal.
Ooh, that is Fritchley's 3rd grab of the game, if I recall correctly, but definitely his most important. That was a catch that absolutely the Aces needed to have. Now we got to see the Gint kick to get this ball tied up with less than a minute to go.
And it looks like it's right through the middle, ties up the game. What a game. We said it was going to be a barn burner. 27 to 27, 50 seconds left. There's still time, but it's got to be something amazing here. Otherwise, we're going to overtime.
That was 98 yards in 57 seconds. That was an excellent scripted 2-minute drill by the Aces here. The question is, what are the Cougars going to do now with 45 seconds? Are they going to find a way to burn their way down the field? 3 points will win it here. Can they get the 60 yards they need?
Well, they've got Rojas and McBrownski, the way they're playing, they could do it, but not make a mistake here on first down with 45 seconds left in a tie ball game in the 4th. Active pass thrown and hit the kneecaps of, it looked like that was, it might have been McBrownski.
A little bit too low, and McBrownski felt the pressure on him, knew that he had to catch that ball and run up the field, and just didn't come down with it before trying to run with it.
Empty look, 2nd and 10, throwing motion to the top of the screen. And that's McBrownski. They got 3 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Looks like they're showing man on defense. Active pass into a crowd, and it's brought down by Jackson. Timeout. We've got a handful of seconds left on the clock, and it looks like they're pushing down the field, trying to do something. And it doesn't look like their passes are too aggressive, so you can't really hate the fact that they're trying to move down the field.
That's right, and it's the Cougars calling timeouts now. They're trying to manage the clock, make sure that they have what they want in front of them to get these 3 points they need.
That was a deep ball, one-on-one coverage, and this time the San Diego defense just held their own and was able to disrupt that pass. We're looking at 4th and 3. Punting the ball, we can have a crazy punt return here. Return for the ages with 34 seconds left. Let's see what happens. 33 seconds left on the clock, and away goes the punt. We're looking at 4.2 hang time. Got a couple yards out of that. 26 seconds. Is that enough, John?
Well, now the Aces are in that exact situation we were just talking about for the Cougars, where this coaching staff says, okay, 26 seconds, what are the plays that we can get from our 40 to about their 30. Remember, they've got Josh Gint, one of the best kickers in the SFLm. So they've got a wider field goal range than most, and all they need here is 3 to take this thing home.
4 wide. Again, a lot of motion in this game. 3 at the top again. Back goes Dakota. Just jumps it off. And they've got 20 seconds left. Hurry up. Let's see what they can do here. They're at the 50. Looks like they're gonna try and spike the ball. 13 seconds left on the game clock. And they've got maybe, what do you think? They've got maybe a chance at 2 plays here?
It depends on how quick they get to the line for that spike, or if it's a nice outside route to get to the line. But yeah, I'd say at best 2 plays here.
3 at the bottom of the screen. Quarterback lined up behind center. 13 seconds left. Back to pass. 4 down rush in the middle. 9 seconds left. I don't think they're going to have enough time to stop the clock. Let's see. 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2. 2 seconds left on the clock. This is going to be time. Like we said, 2 plays they were able to do. We look like geniuses. They're on the 30. Excuse me. They're on the 40-yard line. Not quite a Hail Mary, but let's see what they can do.
It's either a Hail Mary or going for Josh Gint's career long. It looks like they're lining up with Dakota here to go for not even a traditional Hail Mary.
It's a Hail John. High spread. 2 seconds left. The clock expires, and we are going to overtime, folks.
We've got extra football to play tonight.
Another period here. 27-27. What a ball game. Back and forth. And you gotta tip your cap to both teams. I mean, they both have shown real sparks of excellence, looks like we were just looking for one team to kind of hold on to it and take the win, but they just kept fighting to the end and wound up with a tie ball game.
We see the Aces coaching staff, Goose Busters and Doug Day, both calling for the long field goal attempt there. Not too pleased with their team's choice to go into overtime. As we see Philadelphia receiving this ball, they're going to start overtime with the kick. Now remember, folks, we're in 2004 overtime rules. So might not be what you expect from a football game today.
First team to score wins. First possession in overtime, and as you said, Philadelphia won the toss, and they're coming out from the 22-yard line. Run up the middle, much like we've seen all day, but this time it looks like Fretz was stopped for only maybe a yard.
Met right at the line there by, looks like Kevin Williams on the Aces line. But Fretz still able to hit that century mark on the day. I think that is the third Cougars offensive player to hit 100 yards on the day.
And these defenses especially got to be gassed. I mean, they got to reach for something extra here in this overtime period. We're looking at 3rd and 5 on the 27-yard line, I believe. Jackson to the top of the screen in motion. He's got some pressure thrown to number 17, Victor Rojas. He's been money all night, and on this one gets another first down.
Ooh, tight coverage after that little bit of motion too. Still, we're seeing one-on-one Genkel on Rojas, and still we are seeing Rojas win that matchup as Skamizniak now over 300 on the night.
First and 10. 37-yard line. Run, nice run, wide open, big run for overtime past the 50-yard line. They are in San Diego territory, first down.
Ooh, and that is not what you want to see as the Aces defense. Look at the size of that hole. Absolutely no resistance for Fretz, able to get forward for a solid 12-yard gain there with just the parting of the Red Seas there at midfield.
Have to pay property tax on that hole. It's so big. Back to pass, short drop, over the middle. That might have been ill-advised. It looked like Nick Rogers, the outside linebacker, maybe had a mid on it.
I think you're right. Again, looking for those wide receivers who Skimizniak's been having a lot of success for through tonight, but maybe got a little over hungry with that Sam linebacker ready with the big mitts to bring it down.
2nd and 10 on the 49-yard line. Back to pass. Pressure at the top of the screen. And Yolia with a huge sack, making it 3rd and 15. Nobody had her. She went right around the blocking.
Fantastic play by the outside linebacker for San Diego there. And the question is, what is the play that the Philadelphia Cougars are going to draw up now in this empty set? How are they going to get their wide receivers open?
And unbelievable catch by McBrownski. Unbelievable. One of the biggest catches for for Philadelphia tonight. Coverage, good coverage by, it looked like good coverage by San Diego, just be able to bring it in and make that first down.
I mean, that quite nearly puts them in field goal territory. That is not just the most important catch for McBrownski in the night, that might be the catch of the night for both teams.
Just in town, in 10, and Sophia Peaches needs to take that fur boot off, getting ready for a kick here. Run to the outside. It's one, making it 2nd and 9. And do you push it downfield, or you just kind of do what you've been doing and try and take a little chunks here?
You're right at the edge of that line. You might trust Peaches to kick this, or you might say, we need these extra 5 yards. It's not guaranteed territory right here.
The pass, pressure at the top of the screen, and an interception! Oh my gosh, this could go all the way! Number 25, oh my, what a huge tackle. Absolutely huge tackle by Roman Oben to possibly save the game after that interception.
Ness Genkel has been giving fits tonight to both teams' fans. The interceptions and the big passes she's given up, and then the absolute insane pass deflections and picks that she's been getting. Just extraordinary work, and this, folks, is why we love the SFLm. This is what we are here playing sim football for. The plays, the excitement, the energy, that's it right there.
1st and 10, I need to take my breath. 45-yard line. San Diego is threatening, rolling out, plenty of time, throws it at the bottom of the screen, and guess who? Goosebusters is going, he can go into the end zone, 4-3, take it into the end zone, and wins the game for the home team, San Diego. What a play, unbelievable, and, you know, why not? Busters have been doing this all night.
Whee! As they say, the house always wins, and it looked like a tight one there for a while. But the Aces absolutely clutch up with an overtime interception followed by the shortest drive of the night. Nick Fritchley gets in for the final walk-off touchdown. Aces take this game.
Who are you going to give the game ball to?
Whoa, there are so many folks who are deserving of this one. This was just quite a game top to bottom, but we got to give our tip of the cap to the tight end of the winning team, Goose Busters. He was the guy more often than not keeping the drives alive for the home team Aces, making the catches when they mattered the absolute most, and keeping the team moving down the field.
I would agree. I would give it to him just based on that last catch to win the game. We had a barn burner. We said they were evenly matched. I am Charles Doherty, and I'd like to thank you for tuning in and watching this last game of the day, and it was probably one of the best of the season for the SFLm, maybe best in the SFL as well. Great game. I'd like to thank you, John, for being my analyst tonight, and all you folks at home that have been watching this and been online in chat. We appreciate it. More games coming up for the SFL Minor League. Thank you, and good night from San Diego.